A midsegment is a segment that connects the midpoints of the triangles, or the sides of the triangle. It's better to put the sides of the triangle. So if I look over here, D is the midpoint of AB, so I can put these markings, and E is the midpoint of AC. You could also draw another midsegment right here. If I write F is the midpoint of BC, you can connect here like that. The triangle midsegment theorem reads that if a segment joins the midpoints of two sides of a triangle, then the segment is parallel to the third side in half its length. So what that means is this segment right here is parallel to this. DE is parallel to BC. And then EF is parallel to AB. The second part of it is half its length, so twice EF is AB, twice DE is BC, twice DF is AC. So example 1, list all the parallel sides. So DE, the segment, is parallel to AB. Then the second set, if you use this midsegment, EF is parallel to the segment AC, and then DF is parallel to CB over here. List all congruent segments. So EF is congruent to this mark right here. Since D is the midpoint of AC, and then EF is half AC, AD has to be congruent, as well as DC. And then if I do DF, the midsegment, DF is congruent to CE and EB. And then the last set, DE, 1, 2, 3, has to be congruent to AF and FB. DE has to be congruent to AF and FB. Alright, at the bottom of the page, using this information that we're given, so we're given that AC is 10, so all the way across is 10, and this is a midpoint scenario, so AD is congruent to DC. So that means that AD has to be 5 and DC has to be 5. It also means because EF is a midsegment that EF has to be 5. If I know that BF is 3, then FC is 3. Therefore, ED is 3. And the last one, if EB is 4, then FD has to be 4. So now I'm just going to fill in AD is 5, BE is 4, BA is all the way across, has to be 8, FC is 3, and EF is 5. If the interior segment is a midsegment, find X and Y. So if we know that this is a midsegment, then these two are parallel, and we know that twice x plus 4 has to equal 4x minus 2. So I do 2 times x plus 4 has to equal 4x minus 2. So 2x plus 8, when I do the distributive property, equals 4x minus 2. Subtract 2, so a equals 2x minus 2, x equals 5 when I finish. And you could have also done it a second way. A second way would do take half of this, so take half of 4x minus 2 and set it equal to x plus 4. Same thing. I'm avoiding working with fractions, so that's why I'm doing it the other way. And then The y's are, you know that this is the midpoint, so you know that 4y has to equal 6 times y minus 1. So 4y equals 6y minus 6. Subtract 6y, subtract 6y. Negative 2y equals negative 6. Y equals 3. So that's how you do that one. So if it's a mid-segment, you know it's creating a midpoint, and this segment is half the distance of this segment. And then down here, example 4, you have some angles in here. So remember that this is parallel to this. So if this is parallel, these two right here are same side interior angles. So same side interior angles have to add up to 180. So 180 equals y plus 47. So y equals 133 degrees. And then if I know that all the way across right here is 24, then x has to be half that, which is 12. If this is 11, then z is also equal to 11, because this would be equal to 11. And then down here on the bottom, example 5, find the indicated variable. So you're given that the perimeter of the triangle on the outside is 32. So that means that this plus this plus this equals 32. So I'm going to write equals 32. So if right here is n, and these are mid-segments, this is n and this is n. So this side is 2 n's. If we know that right here is 1/2 n, then this has to be half n, and this has to be half n. So all the way across is n. And the other one, if this is 7/8 n, then this has to be 7/8 n, and this has to be 7/8 n. So 7/8 n plus 7/8 n is 14/8 n. Because 7 plus 7 is 14, you keep the denominator the same. So over here, I'm going to write 2n plus 14/8 n. So simplify 3n plus 14/8 reduces to 7/4 n equals 32. So I'm going to get a common denominator, or you can use your calculator and convert it to decimal, but I'm going to use I'm going to get a common denominator. So I'm going to get 4 as a denominator, which means I have to multiply this by 4. So it's 12 over n. Oops, not 12 over n. 12 over, let me get this, over 12n over 4 plus 7n over 4 equals 32. So 12 n's and 7 n's is 19 n's over 4 equals 32. So to solve this, you multiply both sides by 4. 32 times 4, 64 times 2 is 128. So 19n equals 128. And you divide both sides by 19. So n equals 128 divided by 19.